I'm going to keep it real simple today. This is a 100-year chart. Yes, 100 chart of the S&P 500. It's a simple price chart. We'll talk about valuations in a minute as well. But this is a 100-year chart. Basically started in the 20s, 30s or so, roughly around thereabouts. And you can see we can draw sort of a regression line, the very upper end of the line, the very lower end of the line, sort of the middle part. Very clearly, as you can see, we're now sort of at the very, very upper end of a 100-year channel. My takeaway from this is, particularly if we take multiples into account, which we'll talk about in a minute, that if we look at this not so much through the next weeks or months, but multiple years, that it's going to be very, very difficult for the S&P 500 to continue to go much higher from here, certainly without a big pullback. So this also lines up with a more sort of fundamental view of things. JP Morgan came with a study a number of months ago, and they update this all the time. And this has been now referenced many times, so I figured I'd reference it as well. We referenced it to some of our clients past couple of weeks. Multiples. So if you look at the S&P 500 forward multiple, which is about 23 times next year's earnings, typically when you're in that vicinity of forward multiples, the 5-year return on an annual basis for the S&P 500 is somewhere between +2 and -2%, basically flat. And that, again, that lines up with this chart, so I thought it would give you sort of the technical overlay to some of those data points. Again, does not mean that there has to be crashes. I would expect pullbacks, meaningful ones along the way. The call is not for things to crash, but the call is that will likely be quite range-bound. Crashes can always happen, so that's not much of a forecast. But I think expecting much lower returns, and again, certainly as it relates to multiples, that would fall in line with that analysis. So the reason I want to bring it up here is because there's a lot of noise. We have a lot of important data points. AI is a big discussion point, and I think it's difficult for a lot of people to parse through all that. It is, I think, difficult for anyone to parse through a lot of very completely different points of views. A lot of people say, sentiment is extremely bullish. Some people say sentiment is extremely bearish. It's all sorts of weird. I think something like this helps and give us some perspective, kind of, cutting through the clutter. If this video helped you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, you give us a thumbs up like, and if you want to see this approach in action, you will want to join us in our Set the Market morning call, which happens at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday through Thursday. Make sure you join us for that in the link down below. Again, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.